Hey. Today I want to talk about self-talk, the conversation with self, the most important conversation, the most impactful conversation, and the most empowering conversation that we'll ever have is with ourselves. And this is something that I did not realize the power of it really till about maybe 5 years ago. Although I was into affirmations and positive self-talk, realizing that the negative self-talk that has been running through our mind, the habitual negative self-talk, is even more impactful on our lives than positive self-talk. We can add positive self-talk affirmations to our life each and every day, but if it's going and being dumped on top of negative self-talk, that foundation is always going to rise, our subconscious thoughts about ourselves. So the importance of negative self-talk, and we can just start with some of the very basic and very, I believe, common phrases that I've used, I hear people use, we use daily, like, I'm tired. I'll never get this done. I can't do that. I won't be good enough. That's impossible. When will I ever learn how to do this? I'll never have enough money. I'll never, these are the things that we say to ourselves, not realizing that they are impacting our life more than we'll ever know. So today I just want to talk about self-talk in a very real way, in ways that it has helped me and it affirms me. It communicates to myself love, empowerment, inspiration, and most importantly, conversation and communication that is intentional. So let's get to some of this self-talk practices and where to begin and how to start. So what I would say with self-talk is just really think of it from a conversation. When I have the negative thoughts, there's this term, the ants in our mind, the automatic negative thoughts. How do we disrupt those ants? Sometimes we just think, oh, let me just say something positive. That's not going to be so effective versus really thinking about what is it that we're saying and where does it come from? If I say I'm not good enough in this moment, is that even true? Self-talk and conversation has to be truthful. In this moment, that is not true. In the past, maybe it was true, or maybe it was something someone told us. But in this moment, going back to this present moment, what am I saying to myself and why? If I'm in the gym trying to work out or working out, obviously I'm there. Jamil, you are strong. Let's do this. I might talk some trash to myself. I am definitely a trash talker, self-talk. That motivates me. I got that kind of David Goggins spirit. I don't know if you know him, but that kicks in definitely when I'm working out, definitely when I'm trying to do something hard, definitely when I don't want to do something. So you have to figure out what type of self-talk works for you. I also have to infuse a very compassionate, nurturing self-talk to myself when I'm being really hard on myself, or when I'm just being kind of too edgy, too rigid, too rough, because that's, again, a foundation that was based on, not feeling valued, not feeling worthy. So things like, I am love, I am loving, and people love me. That's a self-talk. That's a conversation with self. I'm lovable, and I give love today. It's affirming me, but it's also putting something into action to make me go out into this world and be exactly what I'm saying about myself. I will smile at the people around me and they'll smile back. That's self-talk. It's a conversation that kind of tells us what to do, but it also affirms the things that are really within us that we've kind of covered up. So I really would say practice self-talk. I do it around all of the F-bombs here on I Am Family. My family is my foundation. I love them and I appreciate them. Now I have to individuate and find what I want out of life. That's self-talk. It can be as simple as you want. It could be one word, but it's speaking the truth to the reality of what is, but it's also affirming you, inspiring you to move forward and grow in that area of your life, whatever it is. And so I challenge you every day to talk to yourself. They say crazy people talk to themselves. Growing up, you think people and you see people talking to themselves. I do that so much now, very intentional self-talk. Subconsciously, we're going to just have these negative thoughts, but I would challenge you to intentionally speak to yourself every single day. When you wake up, it can be something as, today I'm grateful that I woke up, I have breath, but today I give myself the breath of life through deep breaths throughout the day. And I do that with myself. I'm going to give myself breath in this moment. I'm going to give myself life in this moment. Talk to yourself when there is no one to talk to. People ask me why I do what I do. That's Bobby Brown, if you don't know, but it's very basic. Oftentimes when this practice and these conversations and here feels simple, it feels almost elementary, but life is simple. It is elementary. It's basic things that we've been programmed not to do, or to cover up, or to create patterns and habits around them in a very negative way. And the power of self-talk is so important, but to understand that really most of us are speaking in a negative way. We're complaining about our life. We're frustrated about our life. We're using words like annoying or aggravated or, get on my nerves. And I really empower myself. Okay, instead of saying get on my nerves to myself or my children, a very safe space, people you love, you say, I have a nervous system and it's teaching me how I feel. We're given a nervous system, and it's real. Like, the truth is, we have a nervous system. For whatever reason, in this circumstance, in this moment, I feel something deeply. And instead of speaking to a negative space, speak to the power of it. My nervous system teaches me how I feel. In this moment, ask the question to the person, to the space, to the thing, whatever it is conversation with self, and it's very intentional. It's controlling, very controlling, meaning we control what we say. Oftentimes we cannot control everything we think. You just can't. Because again, these are mental movies, these are habits, these are subconscious things that have been in our minds since we were children. And until we disrupt them with behaviors, they're not going to change. So it's the behavior that changes our life. It's not so much the thoughts. The thoughts can come all day, but if we act against those thoughts, our life changes. And when I started thinking about that, again, just let's go to fitness. You wake up, it's time to go to the gym. You're going to have you could have some negative, I don't want to go today. I don't feel like it. I'm sore. I get that a lot. My muscles are sore. Well, they're tearing, they're growing. They're supposed to be sore. Get up and go anyway. And when we go, it's the habit of going. It's the habit of doing that changes the behavior. If we're going to rely on our thoughts, we're never going to move forward. Our thoughts they're meant to keep us safe. They're meant to keep us in the past. They're not meant to push us forward. It is the habits of doing, practicing, being in the moment, and doing the things that we know we should do, even in the midst of negative thoughts. So our self-talk, our conversation with ourselves is powerful, it's sacred, it's a space that we should choose to use every day. Have I talked to myself today? I've gotten to that place. Like, have I talked to myself today? I talk a lot. I'm here. I talk to my children, and I talk to people I love. Have I talked to myself today? So, have you met with yourself today? I used to do that all the time when I went to the gym. We have meetings all day long, but at the end of the day, I'm going to make sure I do not skip the most important meeting of the day, and that's with myself. That is going to the gym. That's where I find my recharge, my therapy. I'm very intentional about my life, and it wasn't always like this, but in a lot of places I was. And intention just means, okay, this is what I need to do today, because I know that it serves not only my present self, but my higher self. Because remember, our higher self, our future self, going to reap the benefits more than today. Today, sometimes we don't see immediate results, and oftentimes we won't. But you feel better. You feel more accomplished. Your self-esteem and confidence is increasing. I can promise you that. And it's the incremental, just like the things we're doing, they didn't happen overnight. We didn't gain 20 pounds overnight. We gained them over little choices here and there. We didn't have this negative self-talk overnight. It's by the years of never disrupting, years of never questioning, years of never asking ourselves the essential questions. What do I want? What do I believe? What do I value? Why am I saying this? Why am I doing this? So self-talk is a very great space to begin, or just, there's no ending there, it's start. That's all I said. There's really no middle end. There's in this thing called life. It's an ongoing process. I'll probably never stop, and we should never stop talking to ourselves. It is the most important conversation that we have with ourselves each day. Be in prayer, be in thought, be in conversation with yourself every day. Stay true to you, and let's do this thing called life. Live intentionally full every day.